WWE must be very careful with AJ Lee's in-ring return, and I'm going to tell you why. Look, we're all unbelievably excited for AJ Lee's first match in a WWE ring in over a decade, but a Hall of Famer just issued a major warning about her return, and honestly, after you hear the reasons, you'll see why he's 100% right. Look, the hype for WrestlePalooza is through the roof. A huge part of that is the in-ring return of one of the most influential women in modern wrestling history, AJ Lee. Seeing her team with her husband CM Punk to take on the duo of world champions in Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch is a certified dream match, but it missed all of the excitement. A necessary dose of reality has been injected into the conversation by none other than WWE Hall of Famer Bully Ray. He took to Busted Open Radio to explain why WWE needs to handle this situation extremely carefully. He sent a stern warning. He brought up the topic of AJ Lee's return and her readiness for the upcoming match. While he acknowledged that wrestlers like Natalya think that AJ Lee will be 100% ready to go, he is a little bit more cautious in his perspective, and he said, and I quote, "I still do think that they're going to have to be very careful about how they put the match together, just so they can feature her, and that's just smart wrestling." He went on to explain his logic, making what I think is a brilliant point. He said, if you know you have somebody that's been away for 10 years, and you know that you have somebody who's coming back from an injury, or you have somebody that is not as strong as an in-ring wrestler performer as the other three, that is called working together. And that's right. That is the crux of the issue. This isn't about doubting AJ Lee's talent or heart. It's about acknowledging this situation. WWE has to be careful. Bully Ray is absolutely correct, and there are three huge reasons why this be careful approach is not just a suggestion, but a necessity. Reason number one, the 10-year layoff. This is the more obvious choice. A decade is an eternity in professional wrestling. No matter how much you train in the ring by yourself or with a coach, nothing can truly simulate the timing, the cardio, and the impact of high stakes matches in front of a massive crowd. There's going to be ring rust. It's completely situationally unavoidable, and to expect her to be on the same level that she was 10 years ago on night one is just simply unrealistic. Putting her in the ring with some of the best workers in the world is absolutely brilliant. Number two, the neck injury. This is a big one. The reason that she cannot be really exposed, this is a situation that cannot be overlooked. We all need to remember that AJ Lee didn't just retire in 2015 because she was tired of the business. She retired due to significant damage in her spine that caused her significant pain. This isn't like coming back from a sprained ankle. Neck injuries are incredibly serious and can be career-ending or worse. One bad bump, one mistimed move could have devastating long-term consequences. Her health and safety are paramount, and that has to be the number one priority in structuring this match. Number three, and I kind of touched on this earlier, but still, the other three people in the match. This reinforces Bully's point perfectly. Who else is in this match? CM Punk, Seth Rollins, Becky Lynch. You're talking about three of the best, the absolute best, most intense, and most active in-ring performers on the freaking planet. They are all in their primes and have been on a full-time wrestling schedule for years, a main event wrestling schedule for years. The pace, it's going to be incredibly high. This is where the working together is so crucial. The other three will need to be the workhorses in this match, carrying the bulk of the action to protect AJ Lee. What is smart wrestling, and what does it look like? What does this approach actually look like in the match? It doesn't mean that we're going to be hiding AJ Lee. It means we're going to be featuring her in the most effective and safest way possible. Expect her to be on the apron for a good portion of the match, building anticipation for the hot tag. When she does get in that ring, it will likely be in short, explosive bursts. She'll come in, run wild, hit all of her signature spots, like the Shining Wizard in the Thez press, and maybe lock in the Black Widow for a huge dramatic moment. It's about quality over quantity. Let her get the big moments in the match that the crowd absolutely wants to see. But let the other three seasoned veterans handle the more grueling, physical demanding sequences in the match. Ultimately, the excitement for AJ Lee's return is completely justified, but with Bully's warning, It's a crucial reminder that this is more than just a fantasy match. These are real world risks involved. A smart, booked, carefully laid out match will ensure that AJ Lee's return is a big deal, a feel good moment that we all want it to be, and not a tragedy and a just absolute botchamania. So I would ask, what do you think? Do you agree with Bully Ray's cautious approach? How would you book the match at WrestlePalooza to both feature AJ and protect her? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments area below, and don't forget to like this video, subscribe for more wrestling takes, and hit that notification bell so you won't miss a thing. Now, WWE, they have a very interesting precedent that they can set with AJ Lee, because there is a long list of women who want to go in there and who wants to wrestle AJ Lee. You can go down the list. Obviously, there are names at the top of that list that make sense for different reasons, whether it's because they are, fangirls like Roxanne Perez, whether they are top tier names like Rhea Ripley and Bianca Belair and Tiffany Stratton, Charlotte, and all these others. You also have established veterans, your Baileys of the world, your Natalias that you can mix in the ring with and go down memory lane if you want. You also have younger talent. You can bring up NXT talent. What if AJ Lee went to NXT and worked there? There's so many different ways of WWE can book AJ Lee. And as we know, WWE is not booking AJ Lee in this match, in this program, in this feud as a one-off. They know, she knows, and now the fans know, hey, this is not a one-off. She signed a multi-year deal. She is back full-time. Now, I don't know if she's going to be working on house shows or anything. And let's be real, wrestling was never the top-tier reason that AJ Lee got over. Okay, I don't think anyone will sit here being realistic and say, hey, AJ Lee was this fantastic performer. But I would also say that the reason that AJ Lee got over in the first place in WWE is because of her promos, because of her aura, her charisma, her connection with the audience. That's why she got over. So as long as she can, continuously and on a regular basis appear on television, then she's fine, right? Because the promos, her talking, her ability to get over, those are all things that will drive her and drive her storylines and drive her star power and drive the ability to make other stars. You just need a rub. And that is what AJ Lee is going to do for this company. That's what AJ Lee is going to do for the women's division in WWE. She's going to help younger, less experienced, and less established stars get over. She's also going to create some memorable moments with top tier stars and draw some serious money for WWE. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.